com. Okay. I want to move quickly through your calls now because I got some news I want to get to. Let's go ahead and talk to Colin in Texas. Colin, you're on the air. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Alex. We love you for speaking the truth. The reason I'm calling is I've been a diabetic for 17 years, and I now realize they're putting metacresol in the insulin as a preservative. It's a known carcinogenic. It causes renal failure. It kills your lungs, your liver, attacks your central nervous system, and it equals almost half the amount of the insulin. Who makes the product? Eli Lilly, who also makes Prozac and methadone. But I was scared to speak out because I'm a legal immigrant to this country from Canada, and I was worried about my family and the repercussions of it. But they've just given all diabetics a death sentence with this product. So what are your thoughts? I don't know what to do.
Well, I don't specifically know the details of that particular additive to the drug you were talking about, but I do know that Bayer Pharmaceutical knowingly shipped out over 1 million dosages of Factor VIII, a blood drug, knowing it would kill every hemophiliac and person that took it, and then that came out in court documents. MSNBC's reported even that they knowingly shipped it out, knowing it would kill the people. I know that Merck, who made Vioxx, they knew was going to kill people, knew that the Gardasil HPV shot for girls was going to kill and maim a lot of people because their own trial showed that. And now we have the headlines out of the Australian newspapers and the U.S. papers. Merck planned to send out hit teams, quote, to where they live and liquidate doctors and scientists that expose them, i.e. kill. I covered that last Monday. So, yes, Big Pharma is eugenicist. And eugenicists are the same folks with the black men and syphilis, Tuskegee, the radiation of the foster kids in the 40s and 50s and 60s. That has all just intensified. The UN has been caught putting HIV in vaccines all over the world, Asia, Africa, Latin America. They've been caught, State Department Memorandum 200, ordering people, ordering third world countries if they want IMF and World Bank loans to have one-child policies and to sterilize their women. This is real. And the UN's been caught in Africa and India adding female hormones to tetanus shots that cause an autoimmune response to the hormone release, thus sterilizing the women violently. That is, they have miscarriages each time. So effectively is a sterilization. So, yes, we know that through Big Pharma and through the water supplies that this is being done to us. We know that all of this is unfolding. We know all of this is happening. And we just have to have the will to face up to what's going on. Under socialized healthcare and government corporate kind of monopoly capitalism healthcare, they're going to call it socialist, they will force you to take the drugs and the products they want, and they are going to medicalize vitamins and minerals, already doing it, making fish oil now. They want to make it a drug and be not over the counter. Vitamin C, they want it to be a drug where you can't get it over the counter. This is, they're shutting down the farms and ranches, animal ID, premises ID. This is a total control grid coming into place, Colin.
Yes, and the doctors are basically McDonald's orders takers. Would you like to supersize your drug size with that? Here, have some more. It'll kill you faster. You know, nobody's doing any class action lawsuits. We know that people who are dependent on insulin, 24 million diabetics in the U.S., I mean, they're all losing their kidneys and their eyesight because of this drug. It's just
well, that's just how it is.
Google.
Yeah, I know. That's how it is when you have eugenicists running things. I'll check into it. Send me a blurb on it, and we'll look into it, sir. God bless you. All I know is the chemical process and the molecular makeup of corn syrup destroys the pancreas, which then, in turn, causes diabetes. Vaccines are linked to diabetes by major government studies. They just hide them. I know that they're putting corn syrup in over 50,000 products. So it's not just what corn syrup is bad. Let's Google half of corn syrup has mercury. Google that. It'll be Washington Post. And then I could sit here right now Googling vaccines, autism, vaccines, diabetes, vaccines, cancer, fluoride cancer, and you will see government reports admitting it. This isn't opinion. I could Google Gardasil deaths and show you all the dead kids. In the trials, they admit it killed people. And that it doesn't even protect you from that type of cancer. There it is, Washington Post. Study finds high fructose corn syrup contains mercury. January 26, almost half of tested samples of commercial They just hit reload on the page for some reason. Let me look over here. It says almost half of tested samples of commercial high fructose corn syrup contain mercury, which also found in nearly a third of 55 popular brand name food and beverage products, where HFCS is the first or second highest labeled ingredient, according to 2 new U.S. studies. And it goes on from there. And then they go on to say, we don't know why mercury's in here. It's not involved in manufacturing. In fact, people don't believe me right now. Let's go ahead and put another one up. Google fluoridation of water, bone cancer. Absolute fact, more than doubles bone cancer in adolescent boys. In fact, 50 years ago, bone cancer in children was like finding a leprechaun or a leprechaun riding a magical unicorn. Didn't exist. Unknown. Not found anywhere. Now, we've gone from one person out of 40-plus people with cancer, dying of cancer, to 1 in 3 dying of cancer. It's about to be 1 in 2. Fluoride water causes cancer. London Guardian. Boys at risk from bone tumors. Shock research reveals. Folks, they knew in the 20s it was causing bone cancer. University of Texas. But it's a toxic sterilizer. It also is a toxic, it's a wonder chemical. It attacks all the glands, all the organs of the brain, has a calming and brain-damaging effect. Look, I'm going for hours here with you. I mean, if you care about your kids, quit showering in fluoride water, quit drinking it. But I know you can't. You're so brain-damaged by it. I am, too. I've been hit and hit hard that you're almost unable to respond. Let me think of some other ones to pull up for people. Vaccines linked to diabetes. And you know why vaccines are linked to diabetes? Because they cause an autoimmune response. That's why they cause brain damage. It isn't just the mercury. The brain swells up. The baby gets bleeding on the brain. Sometimes they have a convulsion in the hospital so the parents don't get in trouble. But if they have it in the car or normally overnight, mama comes in and the 18-month-old's just like a zombie now. You go to the hospital and they call in the police and take you to jail for hurting the baby because the CAT scan shows blood on the brain. Now, the diabolical bastards that do this, the doctor doesn't know. He's compartmentalized. They know it's even better because then they get even more federal funds with CPS grabbing a special needs brain-damaged kid. Then they run up the money, drugging the kid out until they normally die by age 15. They kill all the foster kids with over-drugging. They'll get them on 20, 30, 40 drugs sometimes. Oh, I can show that to you right now, WOAI investigation. Let me see. Vaccine dangers, link between diabetes. That's the NCCN. Now, let's go ahead and click on that. There's WebMD. Go ahead. Childhood vaccination, juvenile onset. And it's got all these medical doctors, PhD reports. You can read that for yourself right there, medical reports. Oh, let me think. I can just sit here and just keep throwing it at you. This isn't done by accident. This is scientific soft kill. Silent weapons for quiet wars done by design. Period. And so that's how they operate. That's how they do this.